Hi, Rose here with another online dating tip for you. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are talking about things that you should not lie about.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire.
Okay, so there's a sister who contacted me and told me, Rose, I met this person and on my dating profile, I had not actually indicated my actual age. So we got talking and he kept mentioning my age and things like that. And now things have actually gotten serious and I don't know how to tell him that that is not actually my age. Now, when it comes to putting your age on a dating profile, okay, there is a way you can actually explain yourself if you have not put your actual age. But I feel like age is not something to lie about. I know we as women, we are not very comfortable disclosing our age. But hey, this is not social media. This is a dating app. Therefore, you are actually looking for somebody who you could potentially spend the rest of your life with. Because as I said, our Kenyan women or our African women are going on dating apps and they are quite serious about searching for people online, even though we have established that some of those men you're meeting on those dating apps are not really taking it that serious. But you could obviously be lucky. We have seen a lot of people who have established long-term relationships as a result of being on dating app, myself included, of course. And I think it's advisable to actually not lie about things that could come back to bite you. So age is number one. I don't think you should lie about your age, but if you have found yourself in a situation like my sister, then of course you could say, well, I didn't want to disclose my age because you never know who is looking at your profile and I didn't want them to put one and one together and come up with my birthday or things like that. But that still it's probably not gonna sit well because you've already started your relationship with deception. So I don't think it's wise to lie about your age. Just tell your age. Of course, don't disclose the month and the date when you're born. Just say, I'm 25, I'm 35, I'm 45, and that's it. And then afterwards, once you get somebody who wants to know more about you, then maybe you can disclose more information, maybe not. It depends on how far you're gonna go with that relationship. Okay, number two. For those of you who have children, I feel it's very important not to lie about your kids. Do not lie and say you don't have children and yet you have children. In fact, I think when you're creating your dating profile, it's important to disclose that you have children. Therefore, people who are approaching you, they know that they're approaching a single mom, because there are people who maybe are not prepared to date somebody who has kids, and there are people who are actually looking to date somebody who has a child because maybe they also have a child. So children is something that you cannot lie about. We've seen women who have lied about having children and then things progress and the relationship becomes serious to a point where there is visa processes happening, and now suddenly you're telling your fiance or your husband, you need to process visa for my kid, and then he's like, but you have no kids. So these are things you cannot hide. I don't think you should hide about your children because in the future, these things could make things very complicated for you, because obviously if you are to move somewhere else, you want to move with your kid. And even if you don't move, they are going to find out that you lied about your children. And this is something I feel like it's such a big lie. Like if you can lie about somebody you love, somebody who came out of you, your child, and you're lying, you're saying, I don't have children. I don't think this is a good thing. So never lie about your kids. Say you have children. Whoever is gonna love you, they're gonna love you with your kids. If they don't want that, then of course they can move on to the next lady who has no children. Now, there's something else I don't think you should lie about, and this comes with changing location on the dating app. And there are a lot of women now who are changing location because obviously you want to meet somebody from the UK, you want to meet somebody from Canada, you want to meet somebody from the United States. Therefore, maybe you use a VPN to change location, maybe you pay and then you change the location, or maybe there's a way those dating apps you can change, but then it will appear as if you are on that location that you have chosen. For example, you could say you are in Houston, Texas, okay? So you want to meet guys from Houston, Texas, but you are not actually in Houston, Texas. So when you meet this guy who is in Houston, Texas, they'll be like, oh, so where about are you in Houston? And then you're like, actually, I am not in Houston. I'm in Nairobi, in Kenya, in Africa. It's not a bad thing, but what I want to address here is when you lie about, well, I changed location when I was in Houston, but now I'm back in Kenya, so I didn't change it back to Nairobi. This will come back to bite you, because if the relationship progresses to a point where you are applying for a visa, he's going to see on your passport that you don't have a previous visa. You have not gotten a visa to go to the US. And the thing is, if because a lot of American guys are they insist, oh, why do I have to come to Africa? Why don't you apply and come to the States? And since you have already said that you have been in the States before, this is gonna go very bad, okay? So if you change location on that dating app, don't make a mistake of saying that you changed the location while you are in that location. While you are in the States, you are in the UK, you are in Canada, you are in Sweden. Don't say you've been there if you have not been there. First of all, it will show on your passport that you have never been there. And the next thing is, he's gonna keep referring to your previous visa. He'll be like, oh, if they gave you the visa that you went with to Sweden, then of course they'll give you another one. And you know, with these visas, once you get the first visa is usually the most difficult one, okay? If you get the first visa, whether it's to go to visit the US, the UK, any other country in Europe, you know, Schengen visa, once you get your first visa, the second one is usually easier. So he's gonna say, well, you got the first visa, so the second one shouldn't be a problem, and you've been here before anyway, so why don't you come and visit me? See, this is a huge lie, and I don't think you should lie about that, okay? And another thing I want to talk about is for those of you who are working in the Middle East, okay? They are our sisters who are from Africa, but they're actually working in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, in Dubai, in Bahrain, in Kuwait, in Iraq. If you're working in those countries, don't make a mistake of lying and saying, I'm in Kenya, I'm in Nairobi. Yeah, I'm in Nairobi. Don't do that, because with this online dating, there's something I want you to get, my sister. With this online dating, you never know. You never know who you are saying hello to on that dating app. You could say hello to someone, and then it's the person you're gonna spend the rest of your life with. So be very careful on the information you give out there to these men. Don't lie about where you are. If you are not currently in Kenya, don't say you're in Kenya, okay? Say, you know, I am from Kenya, but currently I'm working in Dubai. I'm under contract, a 2-year contract, and once I finish with my contract, I'll be back in my country. But currently I'm not living in Nairobi, but I am from Nairobi. So, because sometimes if you say I am in Nairobi and then you find it's somebody who is flexible, they are able to travel anytime, and things progress nicely, and then he's like, you know what, why should we waste time? Like, let's do this, let's meet in person and see if what we are feeling is actually true. Because as we said with online dating, a lot of things that you have in your mind about this person you're talking to online are fantasies. So it's very important to meet in person as soon as possible. It's good to meet in person and see and actually establish whether there is chemistry or not, because the chemistry that you are sharing here online, some of it is fantasies. So you could meet somebody who is in a position to travel very quickly, maybe within the next 1 month or the next 2 months. It's like, you know what, I can make this happen. It's not an issue for me. I'm a businessman, or I work remotely. I can work from anywhere. So I can just easily book a flight and come and meet you in Nairobi. And then that's when you're saying, oh, by the way, I'm sorry, babe, I'm actually not in Nairobi at the moment. I'm sorry. How are you going to explain that? Don't lie about your current location, where if you're from Nairobi but you're currently working in Dubai, you're currently working in Saudi Arabia, you're currently working in Bahrain. Just say where you are and say what is left of your contract, how long you're gonna be there. Or maybe if your job is the kind of job where you can get free time to go and meet someone, then maybe he can travel to Dubai. It's really up to you. But don't lie about this, all right? So another thing I want to talk about while we are talking about jobs, don't lie about the kind of work you do, okay? You know, the thing is, I know a lot of our ladies, especially the ones I just mentioned, who are having housekeeping jobs in Dubai and other places, they tend to feel uncomfortable talking about what they do for a living. Don't be ashamed. Listen, you're making an honest living, okay? You're working hard, you're paying your bills. If you have children back home, you're paying their school fees and taking care of your family. There's nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, this is it's a plus on your side. You're a hardworking woman. You're making, as I said, you're making an honest living. So just say, you know what, at the moment I am in Dubai, I have a housekeeping job and I'm doing this for the next 2 years. And then you can just say, you know, what your plans are after you finish your contract. Maybe you're just a young lady who just went to Dubai to do a contract so you can have money to continue with your schooling. Maybe you're a young lady who just wanted to go there and work for few years so you can have money to start a business. You know, just share your dreams, your future goals and your future dreams, and don't be ashamed to disclose what you do for a living. It's an honest living. You're working as a housekeeper at the moment, but that is not it's not a permanent situation. So I don't think lying about your job will get you into a lot of trouble, but I think it's good to start your relationship with honesty. You have to tell the truth from the beginning. That way you can be trusted. And as we said, with these long distance relationships, trust is very important. Trust is crucial, you know, in making sure that your relationship survives, okay? So from the beginning, just be trustworthy. I'm not saying that you disclose a lot of personal information or disclose things that can maybe put your life in danger. We've already discussed this in our previous video, but I'm just saying things like job, children, your travel history, saying you've been to the United States and you haven't. Those are things that could come back to bite you. So I think it's good to tell the truth when it comes to such things. But I'm not saying you should disclose your home address, you should disclose the exact location of your job. And no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about being honest and telling the truth. Because as I said, you never know who you are talking to. You could be talking to a lot of jokers, but then again, you could one day say hello to someone and that could be your future husband. So you don't want your marriage to start with a lie. It's not a good idea. So my name is Rose. If you like these kinds of videos, if you like content around online dating, interracial dating, relocating and things like that, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Follow me on TikTok. Give this video a big thumbs up. Let's continue building this community, because I know a lot of people are doing online dating, a lot of people are doing interracial dating, and we can share our tips. You can also you know, comment on the video and share something that could help someone. So leave your comments down below, what you think about this, which are other things you think people shouldn't lie on dating apps. I'm sure there are things I have left out. Please put them in the comments and we'll discuss. Thank you so much, and I will see you on my next one. Bye bye for now.